Hi everyone!
Hello!
Welcome back to Off the Market. It has been a minute, hasn't it?
Oh my god, has it?
Yes, we have taken a break from filming just because there was a lot of life things going on.
Yes.
And we honestly just did not, it's not that we couldn't find the time, we just didn't find the time.
2023 has been a little bit bananas,
Yeah.
I will have to say.
Yeah, but we really wanted to come back and do the podcast and commit to it. So thank you for watching, and we're back. So let's recap a little bit on what's been going on in 2023.
Oh my god, so
how's
where do we
life?
start? Life is good, but boy was it a rocky road. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we're in October of 2023, and I will have to say I can't believe we're already here. The year's almost over.
It's so crazy.
And the crazy thing is, Monica and I actually have recorded this season twice already, but unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, we lost our what is it called? Not our data.
The episodes?
Our episodes.
Well, the fact is that we're trying to level up, you know, so we have different camera angles, we're doing video, and we're doing it all ourselves, you know, we don't have we don't have somebody who's working behind the scenes to do all this for us, so it is a bit of a learning curve. And
Monica's our tech support and every support in the world.
I'm the tech support.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah, so now that we're trying to level up, it took us a while to kind of get everything together. We had to lose a couple files, and yeah, but we're back.
But anyways, back to 2023, and honestly, I feel like we're finally getting a really good footing into like our personal life, our business life. I will have to say 2023 was a rocky road because last year, August, we started to see a huge shift in the real estate industry, especially because of the interest rates. And it was almost as our business took a complete halt. And that unfortunately trickled into January, February, March of the beginning of this year as well. Coupled with some personal things that I was actually going through, was like a hot mess express. So honestly, I don't think I would have been mentally prepared to record a podcast our first quarter of this year and been in a good place and something that I would be like happy to share. Not to say that you have to be happy all of the time, but I don't think I would have been coming from a very genuine place because honestly, when I don't feel like talking or sharing, I can't force myself to do something. Like I can't put on that.
A face?
No.
Oh.
What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, I can put on my like big girl panties in real estate and that's a different story. But since this is off the market, this is a real life. This is not me talking to a client, being extremely professional where I have to have my due diligence and like sharp mindset on. This is me talking to my girlfriend and being myself, and it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I get that. It's kind of hard to want to share things when things aren't going so well. And it's like you're saying, you know, sometimes like you are going to share those things, but when it's all kind of going that way, you're just like, I don't feel like it.
No.
Honestly.
And I feel like you have a responsibility to be very mindful of what energy you put out and what information you put out to other people. I hate complaining, and a lot of my problems are first world problems. They are my own issues. And so there's no point in me like, nah. I'm not really that person. So not that I'm always going to spit like, oh, happy-go-lucky. I'm telling you, it was a rough road. But you can't force me to come on a podcast and talk about it. So
yeah, I'm the same exact way. I don't like to complain because I'm so grateful for all the things that we have in our lives. And I just always try to think that way. So when things aren't going well, I'm like, well, like my mindset really a lot of times is like, well, it could be worse.
It always could be worse. That's the thing. But that's a good mindset. I mean, especially in our industry, I think you kind of have to have that.
Yeah, and we do have a lot of first world problems. So
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But okay, so I had not the best Q1, but I think Monica, you have some amazing news to share.
Do I?
Heck yeah, you do.
Yes.
Oh my God, tell the world, if they don't already know, tell them the best news ever that you got first quarter.
Okay, so a lot of our friends and family already know, pretty much everybody, but my wife, Katie, is pregnant.
Woo-hoo!
So we're expecting our first child which is a baby girl in December, mid-December. And
she's going to be a Sagittarius. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
she's going to be a Sag. I mean, I know a couple Sages. I don't know about those. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, time has just flown. It's crazy. She's already 6 months pregnant. There's only 3 months left to go.
Insane. That's insane.
And it's like, that's a true testament of time flies.
Ain't that the truth?
Because I feel like we were just talking that the other day, you know, her belly was like a little bit there, but just like in the past 2 weeks, it's really gotten huge, and we're just like realizing that the time is coming like so fast. So we're kind of trying to get everything together and get mentally prepared, and we're super excited. We can't believe it, and we just can't wait to be mommies. And yeah, I'm gonna be a mom.
Be amazing mommies.
Thank
I know,
you.
Madre in the making.
Yeah, it's crazy just like to even think that I'm gonna be a mom, but I've always wanted to be a mom, and I knew that eventually in my life I was going to be, and to do it with the person that I love and that I know that we're gonna be together forever is like the most amazing thing in the world. So
you're gonna make me cry right now. Oh, and I'm so excited. So if you guys don't know Katie and Monica, they're probably one of my most favorite people, and I've already told them several times, and their family and friends can attest to this, which is their daughter is going to be so loved by so many. Like I asked Katie probably like 5 months ago, who's going to do your baby shower? Because I think we all want to do a baby shower for you guys. Mm-hmm. She's like, my mom and my sister. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I know when you shared the news, the outpouring of love. I mean, I saw it on the gram. I think I was traveling somewhere.
Yeah.
And I saw it and I was like, oh, and I saw your gender reveal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. It was crazy. I can't believe it.
Well, okay. With that, which is congratulations.
Thank you. Very excited.
I will have to say, if we can bounce back to the real estate side of our business, considering how much it has changed from last year to this year, I think we saw a huge shift in the first quarter was like, what do we do? Like, how do we replace ourselves in the industry, in our local market? How do we take the necessary steps to adapt to what's happening?
Yeah.
And I think the first quarter was a little bit confusing. And then I saw a shift in all of us, like myself, but a big one in yourself in terms of like, hey, I'm going to put pedal to the metal and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we still come out on top or alive or successful in this industry. And I was wondering, do you feel like the news of your daughter made you feel a little bit more motivated to maybe do better or to make sure that there's no plan B?
Well, that definitely has a lot to do with it.
Okay.
1000%. I would say first quarter was honestly pretty scary.
Yeah, it was.
For me especially, you know, just like my personal first quarter was pretty scary because, you know, we came from like this market that was super hot and we're, you know, working with buyers, super busy, to kind of, like you said, just like a hot, like, you know. Yeah, so I didn't make a sale for like 3 months, and I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? This is a commission only job, you know. I don't get paid.
Yes.
I can't just show up to work and get paid regardless if I make a sale or not. So
true.
You know, the sale depends on, you know, my pay. So it was pretty scary the first few months, and I thought in my head like, oh my, I'm gonna have to get another job. I'm gonna have to like figure something else out.
Yeah.
And luckily, you know, I stuck with it, and then I got my first sale of the year, which was a manufactured home. 330,000.
Whatever,
up?
girl. A sale is a sale.
Yeah,
especially in real estate. I celebrate all wins.
No, I was super excited, but that was my first sale of the year, and then after that, it just kind of kept like, you know, like
no, Monica once
it was kind of like dominoes after that.
Yeah. And you put 3 in escrow all in 1 month, I think, within like 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably.
Right? Yeah, no, she did. Not probably, she did, because I saw it.
So yeah, after that, you know, like things just started falling into place, and I think I learned to adapt with the market and to not be so scared. There's so much talk all the time online. You know, we have access to so much information.
Yes.
You know, people are constantly talking about like interest rates and when are they going down. And I was paying attention to that for a while. And then I just felt like nothing was really changing. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put my head down and just go with the flow and just keep working. You know, I'm not gonna be thinking about the interest rates and this and that all the time. It's like I'm just gonna do my job. And I feel like that's really just how it's been, and that's how it's been working out for me.
And I think that's amazing. And the reality is, I think not just our industry, but any industry that you work in, what happens between the two spaces between your ears is the most important, because you could decide to listen to the white noise, to the outside noise, excuse me, or you can put your head down and just focus. And I always say there's the chatter that's happening externally, and then there's the reality of what's happening in our local market. And the thing is, real estate is hyper local. So what could be happening in LA is definitely not going to happen here. We're two different markets. And I would have to say what's happening in New York and what's happening in Wall Street or the Midwest might not necessarily affect us directly. It does trickle in, but the media is made to scare people. And
1000%.
the one thing I said is there's opportunity in every market. You just have to find it. So sometimes you have to go, okay, look, the market is slow. We know that interest rates are high. So the first people that are going to get kicked out of our market, which is Palm Springs, we are a vacation and a second homeowner market. We are a want market, not a need market. Right. So people want to be here for the right price, but they don't need to be here. So immediately that took out 50% of our buyers, our investors and our second homeowners.
Right.
So as a realtor with boots on the ground, your business needs to shift to who are my primary homeowners, who are my lateral shift owners. Those are your buyers. The buyers from Seattle that are coming down to buy a vacation home, unless they have cash, it made no sense for them to come out and finance.
Right.
So I think that's where I'm like, okay, I got to change up the game, and I got to turn off the TV, and I got to turn off everything I listen to
Instagram,
on
podcasts,
all of it, because I think still today they're still trying to scare people. And I bought a house this year in a high interest market because there's opportunity. Right now is the best time to buy. Sounds really bad because interest rates are high.
Yeah. It's the best time if you can afford it.
Yeah. Granted, I did buy something that was very affordable. I bought an investment property, very affordable in my price point. Something that did not tip me over in any way. But I do have a high interest rate on it. But it's okay. Because when rates go down, I will refinance and my mortgage will go lower. But for somebody like me who can't necessarily compete in a regular market when the market is super healthy, this is the time where I have to pay a higher cost to get in, and then later I'll worry about it.
Right.
This is an opportunity market for someone like myself, because I had been saving for the last 2 years, actually, for an investment property, and something presented itself, and I just went for it. And granted, I was very scared, even though I do this every day, and I did all of my numbers, and it made sense. You still get scared. So
right, because it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And I will tell you, anytime you go to buy a house, you end up being broke after the fact, because you put all of your savings, unless you know how to allocate. But for someone that's self-employed, and I'm like, in this game, and whenever all I do is save as much money as possible to pay my taxes, pay my life bills,
your mortgage,
my car,
your
my
lifestyle,
insurance,
everything,
all of that,
and
then every once in a while I'll put it towards like, one day I want to buy a house, and I'm telling you, it took me 2 years to say one day I'm going to buy a house and then execute on that. So you guys, it happens. It just takes some time.
Yes, and I think definitely this market shift it's taught me that I can adapt, you know, and it's nice to know that I've just seen so many people that are struggling, and I'm just grateful that, that I still have work, and that I have clients, and that I have sales, and that I could work in a hot market. I could work in this kind of like
slow
weird
market.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird market. It's like kind of like things are still moving, but some things are not. It's like this like
and we're seeing a lot of cancellations.
Yeah. So it's like this weird time that we're in right now. And then, I'm sure at one point the market is going to get worse at some point in my career, and then it's going to go high and then it's going to go low. So it's just important to be able to adapt to all of those.
Yeah.
All those shifting markets.
It's true. And I think that's what 2023 kind of was all about, was like huge shifts. And then you adapted, and then you had to shift again. And we're going to have to shift one more time, and we'll see. But nevertheless, I'm very excited.
Me too.
you got a human baby. I got a real estate baby so far this year. And I mean, that's kind of exciting. And we're not completely out of business, which is amazing.
We're not even close to out of business. No, we're like, doing well.
We're doing great.
We're doing really great. So,
and I have to say that's because we decided not to quit.
Yes.
Or exit the market.
Yes.
Because if we did, we'd be out of business. But thankfully, we're trying our best because that's all you can do right now. And God is good.
You know, I read and I do agree that it's kind of good because a lot of people who were in real estate for the wrong reasons or just for like only the money or, you know, so it's kind of like we're weeding out like all these people that came into real estate in 2019 through like 2021.
So true. Like actually that's such a good point because what is happening, because real estate's not that fun anymore. Yeah. And it's not that sexy anymore. Yeah. So like,
you're like, this is what I have to do.
Literally. Like if you thought we were working hard before, yes, you have to actually pick up the phone, have a conversation and you're like, oh, it's crazy, but
it's hard.
You're right.
It's not easy.
No, and this is the part where like, dude, the hard work and people that were in it for like the fast money and like posting a picture on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is your jam. And hey, I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
They are definitely exiting the game. But this is the right time to now capture that market share.
Right.
So that's where I'm like saying, hey, for all those people that are exiting, grab that business. Like work twice as hard, make yourself known in the marketplace, and keep them out.
Keep them out.
Keep them out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, for somebody that takes this job as a career,
right?
Like, it's not my hobby and it's not my side gig. You really do appreciate the other people in this industry that are all in. Yeah. So the all-inners, good job, y'all. Keep it up. It's so hard right now. But we're going to be all right. Yeah.
Well, it's crazy because honestly, you know, I've always worked regular jobs my whole entire life, like getting paid by the hour. I didn't go to college. Like, I only went to college for a little bit. I got my AA. But what I'm trying to say is I never really did anything with my college degree. I never really went far in college. So I just had like regular jobs, you know, and being in a commission only job is so scary. But the past 3 years, past like 2 years, because my first year, you know, was my first year. But my second and my third year, I've made so much more than I ever did working an hourly job. So it's insane.
And the best is yet to come, without a doubt. You know, I really do believe that.
I hope so.
No, it's coming.
No, it will. It's coming. But it's just crazy that, like, I can work a commission-only job because that's a scary thought, you know?
It is scary. And you know who it's scarier for? Like, thank God I'm not married, so I don't have a partner. I don't have anybody, like, significant in my life that's relying also on my income. But I feel like anybody that's in a relationship with a realtor, it adds that extra stress on the relationship in general. So I feel like every realtor should thank their significant other for sticking through and letting them still stay in this game because that's hard. Like thank God I'm just solo because if I had another person to account for.
You do have another person.
I do have another person. We're going to get to that in another episode.
That was going to perfectly transition into that in just a second.
What? Are we going to talk about that on this episode? I think we should leave that for another episode.
Well, we don't have to go into it, but we could, like, you know, just skim the surface a little bit. Oh, she's blushing. She is blushing.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, my gosh. No, well, let's keep... What were we saying? Because now I forgot.
We're just saying, hey, it's hard to be in a relationship with a realtor.
Yes.
And I say a realtor or salesperson, and I actually always told myself I would never get with a realtor.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I don't know. But there's a lot of very successful realtor couples. So I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that, but...
Yeah.
I just imagine two of me.
Two of you.
I'm like, we'll talk when we're on vacation, but when we're on vacation, we still have to answer our calls and our emails and blah, blah, blah.
No, I think that you could not be with a realtor because you need someone to, like, level you out and, like, just be like, you know, do not disturb.
Can you imagine
let's be in the moment. You know what I mean? I feel like if you had somebody who was a realtor and was on that same mindset with you, you would never get off the phone.
Like how high strung would that relationship
be? It'd be very high strung. You know? Yeah, it'd be too much.
Yeah.
But anyways, speaking of having a partner, you are in you know, you found somebody who you're very interested in.
Very much so.
How did you?
What do I gotta say?
You can say
what
whatever.
am I saying?
You could. Are you happy?
I'm so happy.
That's good.
I've never been so happy. I've never been so at peace, I guess. And I've never felt so good.
Yay.
Yeah,
that makes me so happy.
It's weird. It's a good one.
You had to go through all like the little worms to get to the...
Yo, I went through a very traumatizing experience. When I said Q1 was traumatizing, it was traumatizing because of that.
Yes.
So maybe we'll talk about that on another time. Yes. But I am happily with somebody.
That's good.
I will have to say that.
I'm happy for you.
And I hope he's not listening to this podcast.
Yeah, because every time I talk about it, she just starts smiling. Look at her smile. She's cheesing over here hardcore.
I don't like him. Yes.
Well, that's good. I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Monica.
Yeah.
I know. It's good. It's so good.
It's so good. So
now, good it's unreal. I don't know.
Now you need a dog.
Do you need a dog?
You know, you got the boy. Now you need the dog.
And then what else?
And a ring.
Just joking. This is not a ring. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
One day, you know what's weird? Is having that conversation with that person. But again, maybe we'll talk about that in another episode.
Yeah, another episode.
And so let's wrap up this episode because honestly, I feel like we're getting into like 20 little girl talk conversations.
And we're going to save them for the next episodes coming up. So we're definitely going to get more in depth, but we just wanted to pop in here and just give a little recap of where we've been at for the past 5 or 6 months.
Yes. And then just say we're excited to be back and we thank you guys for following and listening. And we're just excited.
So we'll see you next week for the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.
Bye, y'all. Thanks.